Hola! This is a bit boring.
Well, this is better.
Oh, and check this out. I'm gonna use AI to animate me sitting down. Look at this. What the actual f was that? Alright, no more AI. And you know what? I'm gonna be lazy. I'm gonna be a substitute teacher and be lazy. Bring that shit out! I wanna do a tier list. A tier list of all the cars that historical figures have owned. And we start with this guy, Saddam Hussein Chan. Well, not him exactly, his son Uday. This little fella loved collecting cars, and collected them religiously. However, after he killed a few people at a dinner party, I know, mood, right? Saddam Chan burned most of the collection down, and then later, after the US military spoiled all the fun and crushed the regime, the rest were either looted or seized by the US military. The list of the cars is as follows, but is not limited to Ferrari F40, BMW Z1, the Lambo truck, LM002, Ferrari Testarossa, a couple of 911s, and a bunch of Rolls Royces. But it is also theorized that he had a McLaren F1 with the chassis number 029. It's an interesting story, but, you know, except the dead dinner party people. But because most of these were either destroyed and not actually owned by Saddam Kun, we'll give it low B tier.
Hooray!
Who's that Pokemon?
Anyway, even though Trump may not cook very well when it comes to the car market, as seen in my previous video, link in the description at the end of the video, he does cook with his taste in cars, no doubt. He has an SLR McLaren, just like his friend, who we'll talk about later, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, ooh, get it? Get it? Like a ghost? Wait, that's also a Rolls. He also has a classic Rolls-Royce Silver Phantom, a Ferrari F430, a Tesla Roadster, and a Diablo VT. But the one that shines above them all, the Cadillac Alante. Imagine having all the money in the world, all of these gorgeous cars to choose from, and you decide to go with this. But honestly, pretty cool cars. I really don't have much else to say. Throw them in B tier. Obama. Alright, who do we have next? Oh, Epstein! Since he's rich and all over the news, we can do him next. Jeff Epstein, the New York financier. Now, while everyone else was looking in the files and seeing what year the girls were born, I was looking in the files and seeing what year the SLR McLaren was made. You can thank me later. But from the files, we know that Jeff was fond of his SLR McLaren, but he also had a V12 Vanquish S, like a more rapey James Bond. Remaining on the British cars, he also had a Bentley Turbo R that he kept inside. Probably copying all his dictator friends, he also had a W140 S-Class, a stretched Lincoln Town Car limo, and plenty more that aren't as interesting as the ones that I have mentioned already. A tier.
The Dow.
You know what? Since we're talking about diddlers, let's talk about the diddler himself. Now, this guy loved baby oil. I mean cars. He loved cars. He loved cars as much as he loved baby oil. Now, this guy collected Rolls Royces. And let me tell you, this guy loved smooth rides. Baby smooth. His collection included a drop head. Funny enough, that's what he called Justin Bieber at the time. He had a Corniche Series 2, a normal Phantom, and then also the Ferraris, Ferrari 360 Spider, a 360 Modena, an F430, a 58 Corvette, the short Maybach of the era, the 57, Jeep Wrangler without the doors, the obligatory Escalade, nothing truly Diddy Party crazy, but not half bad either. So let's see tier.
Oh, hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, he isn't really a historical figure. He's just a weird guy. Oh well, and since we're talking about the people who are on the naughty flight logs, we'll throw in another. Elon Musk. Surprisingly, he doesn't just own Teslas, because even he knows that they're dog shit. He has quite a long list, so we'll go from the most interesting to the most boring. Starting off strong with another McLaren F1. Surprisingly, if you remember who the other person on this list was who also owned the McLaren F1, you probably dislike this one more. He also owned a Haman M5, Lotus Esprit, E-Type Jag, a Ford Model T, 911 Turbo, an E30 320i, and an Audi Q8. As much as I hate to do this, it was banger car after banger car. Put him in S tier.
My heart goes out to you.
Now let's go with AH, the failed artist. Now this guy started off with a Selve car. This article doesn't specify which one. But as the party grew, so did the car collection, and soon you could see the funny mustache man rolling around in a brand spanking new Benz. This six-wheeled thing is probably the coolest thing in the collection, and there's probably just a bunch more mercs. Honestly, I couldn't find the exact models or much more cool, interesting stuff, so we'll put Der Führer in F tier. Moving on to the other funny mustache man of the time. Yeah, I ain't reading a lot.
Пошел нахуй, даун ебаный, ебал ты, блядь, сынок пидорасов, сука, блядь.
I'm writing the script as I go, so I don't actually know what car Stalin had, and seeing as communism, I have a feeling he'll be joining the Austrian counterpart in F tier. Who the fuck wrote this? Alright, so let's see what we got. We got Stalin right there. Alright, so first off, we got a Vauxhall. That's pretty cool. Alright, and a Packard. That's pretty interesting as well. Alright. Ooh, a Rolls Royce Silver Ghost. That's pretty cool. Didn't know Stalin had one. Another Packard Skip. Alright. Z's 115. Oh, that's a pretty sexy car. And what else do we got? Nothing. Oh. Okay. Yeah, honestly nothing too interesting to see here either. So, another solid F tier. Now, staying on with the modern times, let's do Bashar al-Assad, you know, the dental student. Now, there's not much information on Bashar himself, but the Assad family, woof! Big ballers. Look at all this. Aston Martin Rapide, F40, Diablo, R8, very epic style cars. Jesus, I wrote this? These guys went crazy with the amount of cars they bought. And since they're not in power, you can say that they're quite, Assad. And I think seeing all this, they deserve an S tier. And let's do one more. So, Lyndon B. Johnson. Not much of a collector, but fans of my content know that I love swimming cars. He also built other stuff, like the Schwimmwagen. You know why it's called that? Because it swims. And LBJ had one. That's about it. D tier. And there we go. That's the list. If you want to know why I love swimming cars, click here. And if you want to watch a good video, click here. You have to click one. I'll wait. Are you gonna click one? You have to. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. I'll wait.